We going in Hobby Lobby, y'all. I have a story time for y'all today, so if y'all are interested, just keep watching, keep listening. It is a good one, okay? When I tell you it's a good one, it is a good one. Of course, they didn't have the glitters on sale, but literally everything else in the store was 50% off, you guys. I had just got off of work and I needed to come in Hobby Lobby because I am still decorating my room, and I ran straight back, and actually what I needed was in the front of the store. But listen, y'all, I know most of us are getting older. I just want to tell y'all, when y'all go to the store and y'all go shopping and stuff, I've been in there for an hour. Just make sure that you have everything before you go out the store. This was the first time I had done anything like this, but I always do check to make sure I have my credit card, my debit card, my money, whatever I came in the store with, I check before I leave the store and make sure that I have it, because I had actually dropped my credit card, you guys. I didn't panic or anything. I got out there to the breezeway and I was checking everything. I seen that I didn't have it because, y'all, I still have my scrubs on. I have like 8 pockets in these scrubs. So I'm just like checking them, feeling all over my body and stuff, and I didn't feel it anywhere. And I was like, well, I had my phone in my hand the entire time because I was vlogging for you guys. And then I put it in my pocket when I checked out. And then when I was checking out, I was like, that is what I'm looking for. And then I pulled my phone out again because I needed to look back at this video later on so I could see exactly what I wanted for my room. Because since I had already checked out, y'all, I wasn't going back to get what I was wanting. Plus, I was like, well, since I already have it on video, I'll go home, I'll check out my room, and then I will see exactly what will look best in my room. But I wasn't really worried because I was like, if I don't see it over here in this area, then I'll just lock my card and then I'll report it missing, you know, because you can always lock your card on your phone if you have your app. And then I was just going to report it missing, but luckily I did find it. We are just about to get into this story time, but y'all, look at all these beads that they have. They have so many beads to choose from. Now, when I was a little girl, I did keep my hair in like braids and braided up, and I always had beads like going up half of my hair, but they just had the regular beads. Now, if you have little girls, they have beads for everything. Like, they literally have any type of bead that you can think of. I think that was like an eraser bead, like with a rainbow on it. They have just whatever you can think of, smiley faces, just everything, Disney beads, just anything, y'all. So y'all go check out the beads at Hobby Lobby. They're all 50% off. You can get tubs of beads for super cheap. And another thing was, I was trying to tell y'all, don't worry about the tariffs and, you know, with Temu going up and everything like that after August the 1st, because I really wanted to come in here and show y'all the prices in here. And honestly, y'all, the prices are not too bad in here. It's either just too high or it's at a reasonable price. Now, they did have some lollipops like what I have on my nails, and they were a little expensive for only a 16 count, but we're going to get to that later on in the video. But you know, like, compared to the prices of what we're used to getting stuff on Shein and Temu, you will know if it's a reasonable price or if it's just overpriced. And if it's reasonable, go ahead and get it. If it's overpriced, just wait for it to go on sale. And you can always go into the store and get what you need. So anyway, you guys, let's go ahead and get into this story time. I do not have my mic on me right now. It's charging. So I hope you guys can hear me. I'm outside. I know the crickets are loud. The wind is blowing a little bit. But let's go ahead and get on to this story.
4 to 6 days later.
I don't even know where to start, you guys. This has been days later. But okay, here we go. So what had happened was, me and my husband, we had just got back from vacation. We still had like 2 days left before we went back to work because, you know, you have to kind of like take a vacation at home to recuperate from the vacation. You know what I'm saying? Before you step back into the workplace, you got to kind of like ease into it. You feel me? So I was outside, you know, on my back deck. I was enjoying soaking up the sun. It was a beautiful day. I was just, you know, trying to pretend like I was still outside in Charleston by the pool, right? My husband was out there washing cars, and then all of a sudden I see this man come walking down the road. I've seen him maybe twice before, and every time I see him, I just stop and look because he looks like he's on meth or crack. But I don't know how crack is these days, so, you know, the new drug is meth. I don't know what he's on, but you can definitely tell he's on something, okay? His hair would be like standing on top of his head. It's like he had dirt all in his hair. He would be grasping at the wind, just having his arms up, making all these weird motions with his hands. So, yeah. So, when I see him, I start hollering at my husband. I'm like, bae. He comes around the side and he was like, you know. And I pointed at him. I said, watch him. So basically, when I told him to watch him, he started watching him because, you know, that's what I told him to do, right? So he continues to watch the cars and he's watching him, but he's not really making it obvious that he's watching him because I've told y'all this 1,000 times, but we're the first house on the main road. So we see everything, right? And we are kind of like in the suburbs. And we're like on a two-way road. So you don't really see people walking out in that area often. Anyways, at this point, like I started burning. I felt like, you know, the sun was just getting a little too hot for me. So I was about to go in. And most of the time, you know, if I'm outside and it's hot, I'm going in. I'm not thinking twice about anything. I'm like, shit is hot. I'm going in. But something said, stay outside a little bit longer. So, you know, I'm old enough now to where I listen to that little still small voice in my head. So I said, okay, well, let me go inside, get some water, and then I'll go back outside for a little bit longer, right? I'm outside a little bit longer. I'm watching y'all's videos, you know. And then all of a sudden, this guy, he comes walking back again, but he changes clothes. He puts on some jeans and a white t-shirt. Now, the first time he came walking, he had on shorts. He had overall shorts on, and one strap was buckled and the other strap was hanging, or it was either broken off, and it was super baggy, so he was holding up his shorts. And I'm like, what in the world is this guy doing? Like, he just walked down here and now he's walking down here again with a different set of clothes on. So as he's walking back again with a different set of clothes on, he does the same exact thing. He walks about 2 blocks up and then he turns around and he comes back. But this time when he comes back, he crosses the road. Now when he crosses the road, there's some mailboxes that's right behind my fence. You know, sometimes in the country where they have the mailboxes on the other side of the road. Well, he went on the other side of the road. He looked in those mailboxes. He couldn't get anything out of those mailboxes because little did he know those mailboxes are abandoned. They don't belong to anyone. And then he crossed back over because there was nothing in those mailboxes. Did y'all hear my dryer go off? I had to go get my blanket out the dryer. Y'all, I'm just cleaning. I did find some stuff to decorate my room with at Hobby Lobby. And this is something that I did get. I got that. And then I got 2 of those yellow vases with the flowers. I got those on both sides. Y'all, all that was $122. So, yeah. I do need to go back though and get like 3 more things. But anyway, back to the story. I think I was at where I said he crossed the street. So once he crossed the street, he started walking up. He kind of went out of my eye view, but my husband seen him. And he literally, y'all, went in our neighbor's mailbox that lives across the street. Not like across the street on the same side as our neighborhood, but on the opposite side of the main road, our neighbors across the street over there. He literally went in their mailbox, y'all. He took their mail and started walking down the road. So my husband comes in the backyard and he's like, he just took their mail. He just took the neighbor's mail. He just took the neighbor's mail. And I'm like, what? So I get up, go in the house, run downstairs, go, through the garage to go outside to see what's going on. Everything went so quick, y'all. But before I had ran in the house, I told him, go over there and take a picture. Go over there and take a picture of him. Hurry up, go take a picture. So my husband got like 2 pictures of him, y'all. And this is what he got. Here you can see the mail in his hand. I don't know if it's a package or whatever. And on this second picture, he's tweaking out like, I don't even know what you call it, y'all. He's just like grabbing at the air, putting his hands up. Like, I don't even know what is going on. But my husband was like, should I call the non-emergency number? I was like, yeah, call him. So he's calling the non-emergency number. Nobody's answering. It's on a Sunday. And so he's telling me nobody's answering. So I call him. And once again, nobody's answering. Then they're directing us to another number to call. So I call the other number. Nobody's answering. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to call 911. So I call 911. It's a black lady that answers the phone. She's like, where is the address of your emergency? I gave her my address and I told her, well, the emergency is not literally at my address, but there's a man going down the street, going in people's mailboxes. He's walking down the street and he's going in people's mailboxes and he's stealing their mail out of their mailbox. And I said, I think he's on crack or he's like a meth head or something like that, because he's definitely tweaking out here. He's walking weird. He's putting his hands up in the sky. I'm giving her his description of what he has on, what he looks like, which direction he's walking in, and everything. And y'all, she did not want to get off the phone with me. I literally had to tell her bye. She was so entertained at the conversation that I was giving her. It was like she did not want to get off the phone. So she gives me a email because I'm telling her, like, we have pictures, we have him on video from our own home security camera. And she was like, do you want to email the pictures to this address? And I was like, yeah, what's the address? I'm thinking the address is going to be something nice and short. It's something super long. And I was like, I don't even have a pen anywhere. So, because she was asking, can we send an officer to your house to look at the pictures? So I told her, I said, just go ahead and send the officer out. He can come and look at the pictures and the video and question us. We seen it with our own eyes. So yeah, go ahead and send them out. I already knew that they were going to be out in literally like 3 minutes because we are right around the corner from the police station. So I'm going in the house. I'm trying to throw on some clothes because, like I said, I was trying to extend my vacation, y'all. It's always something. I'm out there in my bikini. I'm trying to extend my vacation. I'm in my room trying to hurry up and throw on some clothes. I look out my window and the patrol car is already in my driveway. So I'm like, okay, I see my husband. He's already out there talking to the officer. So I go outside. I'm late. And I'm like, did you see the picture? Did you see the picture? Because he was about to drive off. And he was like, yeah, I seen it. I said, when you see him, take his ass to jail. And he just started busting out laughing, y'all. So he drives off, and me and my husband, we're just talking about it, and we're like, man, I hope, he finds him and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, he's definitely going to find him. As long as he didn't go in a house somewhere, he's definitely going to find him, because that's basically what he's been doing, is walking up and down these roads, going in people's mailboxes. It was a Sunday. People were probably at church, and it dawned on me, y'all, that he had been in my mailbox while we were on vacation, because y'all that sent me packages, y'all know I was asking for y'all to, if you could please send them right away. So I was able to get all my packages and all my mail, all my important mail, before I went out of town. But when we did come back, the only thing that was in the mailbox, I think, was like a couple pieces of junk mail and the water bill. The water bill had been opened up and put back in the mailbox, like literally fully opened up. And I'm just like, who in the world would want to open the water bill and then put it back in the mailbox? So it hit me, this low down crackhead, meth head, sorry excuse for a human being, just out here causing chaos and havoc, has been in my mailbox. Now I gotta go out there and put bleach on my mailbox because I don't want to get a bum
Scariest
bump.
shit in the world to me.
I'm not trying to get no bum bump.
Our bum
You know what
hands.
I'm saying?
A
This
bum's hands are the scariest shit ever.
has
It's
been
a
in my
bum bump.
mailbox. He has been in my mailbox. So now it's personal. Now it's personal, y'all. I'm like, I hope they catch his ass. I hope they catch his ass. So about 20 minutes later, the cop, he comes back. He was like, we found him. And I'm watching it through my window because, I don't really, fuck with the police like that. But, and it was funny because before all this happened, me and my husband, we were talking about how we were never going to call the police ever again, because the last time we called the police, I went to jail. And it was not even my fault. Like, I'm at home in my own house and I go to jail? Seriously? So he comes back and he's like, we've got him. And this time he wants to see the video. So that was my husband outside showing him the video. And, he was just thanking us and saying, thank you for your help. Most people, they don't want to get involved. They don't want to, they call us, but then when we come out to investigate it, they don't want to come out and talk to us. So thank you. And he's thanking us and everything. And then we see him go across the street to the neighbor's house and they were not at home. So, and then he leaves. So we were thinking, okay, he said he got him, so he got him, right? About 20 minutes later, I had to run and make an errand. I had to run up the street, right? What about I see this motherfucker walking down the street with a fucking gas can in his hand. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I called my husband. I'm like, this motherfucker is still walking the streets. He's still out here. They did not arrest his ass. And so I get back home and my husband's like, well, maybe they just stopped him and questioned him. And I'm like, they should have arrested his ass. We got all the fucking evidence that he's been in the fucking mailboxes. Like, what the hell? Like, what? This is a federal offense. Okay? I am a USPS worker. I know the law. You are not supposed to go in anybody's mailbox. You're not even supposed to touch somebody else's mailbox. I'm livid. Yes, y'all, I am fucking livid at this point. I'm fucking livid. I'm just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So I sit down on the couch. I'm like going the fuck off. I'm telling my husband, this is why people don't call the fucking police. They don't do shit. These motherfuckers is just lazy around here. They don't do a fucking thing. Like, I guess you just gotta protect your own self. And then when you try to protect your own self, you end up going to jail. You trying to protect your own property and then you end up going to jail. Like, this is why people don't fucking call them pigs. I'm going off, y'all. I'm fucking hot. So then I'm sitting there, me and my husband were in the living room sitting, and then it hits me like, maybe the neighbors have to make a complaint. Maybe they have to be the one to call. So I'm looking outside. They're not at home. I'm still looking. I'm waiting on them to come home, y'all. So then, lo and behold, boom, I see their garage door open, and I'm like, yes, I'm fixing to go over there, and I'm fixing to tell them right now what the fuck is going on. So I see the garage door open. I didn't really want to go up to their house, so I wait for the guy to come outside. And I'm like, hey, and I said, there was somebody going in your mailbox earlier today. And he was like, oh, really? Yeah. And when he said, oh, really, like that, I knew he was ready to do something. And he was like, yeah, we seen on our cameras where the police came by, but they didn't leave anything on the door, so we didn't know why they came by. And I was like, yeah, we had called the police because somebody had went in your mailbox and took your mail and went walking down the street. And he was like, oh, really? He like cocked his head to the right. He was like, oh, really? Like he was with it. He was with all the shits. He was ready. So I told him, that we had called the police and we had pictures and we had, seen it on our home security camera where he went into your mailbox. And I told him around about what time it happened. And he said he was going to look at the cameras and do some further investigation on it and that he would call and report it. So I'm like, okay. So after that, I had did my part. I didn't think anything else of it. That was on a Sunday, y'all. Monday night, me and my husband, we were laying in the bed. I did not even know that he was looking on the Busted website. And then all of a sudden, he was like, they got him, babe. Look, they got him. They arrested him. And so, they arrested him Monday at 6:30 p.m. So apparently the neighbor, he did see him and he was able to call the police again. And I'm sure they went out there and they seen it on his security camera. But that was just weird to me. Like, why wasn't my evidence enough? Like, I showed y'all on the security camera, on our security camera. So why would you even come back to the house and want to see the video if you wasn't going to do anything about it? Like, that's so weird. Like, that is just crazy. And apparently, this dude has a long record. And you guys are going to see at the end of the video, I'm going to put the footage in. But he has a long record. He's already been in and out of jail multiple times. But this time, y'all, they got him on mail theft and aggravated burglary. So I don't know if they caught him somewhere he wasn't supposed to be at later on the next day, or if he had a warrant out already for aggravated burglary. So they got him on that and the mail theft. I have no idea. But they got him, y'all. That is going to be a lot of prison time served. I just look at it as maybe we saved the dude's life. He can sit in prison and sober up because that poor boy needs to sober up. Do you hear me? He was walking around like grabbing at the air. Y'all done seen the videos of, people when they own that stuff. Like, you could tell he owned that stuff. He was on that stuff bad, hard. And then when you look at him, like when I would see him, that was like the third time I had seen him. But every time I see him, he just looks like he don't know like where he's at. He just looks so lost and just, it's like he don't know what he's doing, where he's at. My husband was like, he's either mentally ill or he's on that shit. And I'm like, he's definitely on that shit. Like, a mentally ill person I don't know. Like, I feel like he was on that shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he was on that shit. So now, y'all, he can sit in prison and he can sober up. And hopefully he will be in there for a long time this time. He will not be getting out anytime soon. Because mail theft, a minimum for that is like 5 years, 3 to 5 years or something like that. It could be 10 years. That's a federal offense. And then for aggravated burglary, that's even a higher charge. So, yeah, you guys, that's what happened. It was crazy. Literally the first time I cracked the case, like I've been doing this all my life. Like I honestly could have been a cop. Me and my husband, we were so happy. We was in there celebrating. Like,
y'all can't fuck with the police. Y'all can't fuck with the police. Y'all can't fuck with the police.
It takes people like me and you to get criminals off the street. Because just think, if I didn't go over there and tell my neighbor what had happened, he would still be walking the streets right now. Because, y'all, I had told my husband, go over there and tell the neighbors what happened. He got on that game, honey. He was on that game. He was over at that point. You know, it was our off day. I think we went back to work the next day, which was Monday. So he wasn't trying to deal with it anymore. But y'all, I was not over it. When I seen him walking the street still, I was like, oh, hell no. We ain't spent all this time calling 911, the non-emergency number for nobody to answer, another non-emergency number for nobody to answer, having the police come out to the daggum house, me having to stop what I'm doing, throw on some clothes, go talk to these people, for them not to do anything. Oh no. I was not done. But my husband, he was on that game and he was not getting back up off the couch after he got on that game. It was done. So I was like, oh no, I'm going over there and I'm letting them know right now. And that's what I did, y'all. That's what I did. I'm so, like, I was like, y'all, so happy. I was like, we need an award. Like, we need some money. Like, we need to be compensated in some type of way. Like, who gonna do something for us? What's gonna happen now? Like, nothing happened. Nothing happened for us. But at least we got a criminal out of our neighborhood. So, yeah, you guys are going to see here in just a minute where I had dropped my credit card. So, you know, like I was saying in the beginning, and kudos and shout out to y'all who are out here doing these store vlogs, because y'all, this is not easy to do. Going out in the stores and recording and making sure that you're not going too fast with the camera and making sure you're hitting the angles and making sure you're not recording other people in the store and getting the top shelf and the bottom shelf. Like, it is hard. Store vlogging is hard. So big shout out to y'all out here that do this for your channel. This is something that I'm not really interested in doing, but I did want to go ahead and do it because I know that I wanted to do it because I knew that I wanted to get some decor for my bedroom, and I can always go back and look at this video, you guys. So yeah, just please make sure that you secure your debit card, your wallet, your money, your credit card, and make sure that you have it before you walk out the store, because y'all, I was distracted. As you can see, there's my credit card on the floor. I didn't even notice that I had dropped it. Thank God nobody was over in that area. And so yeah, I was easily able to just walk back in there, pick it up, and go about my lovely way. Thank you guys for watching this video. And if I don't see you in my next video, I will see you over on your next video. Oh yeah, stay tuned for the bonus footage. Stay tuned for the bonus footage at the end of the video. But this is what I got. I did go ahead and get this because it's got all those little pieces in there. You can use it for basically anything. I got this, foils. I got this. The lady at the checkout was liking this for like when you need a black background for your final result pictures, because I was trying to do my final result pictures on a white background for these nails and it didn't look right, so I had to get the smiley faces, y'all. I needed some batteries and I had to get these this time, y'all. They were just 99¢. Last time I didn't get any. I was mad when I got home. So that was all I got, you guys. Peace. See you guys in my next video. I hope you guys enjoyed the story time, and I'll talk to you guys later. Like I always say, if I don't see you in my next video, I will see you over on your next video. There go my husband showing him the video footage. We done cracked the motherfucking case. We done cracked the motherfucking case wide open. We got video footage, pictures. We seen it with our own eyes. We got everything. Everything. They better take his motherfucking ass to jail. Do not pass go, do not collect $100. Go to jail, motherfucker.
Y'all can't fuck with the police.
In my motherfucking mailbox.